Hey everyone, it's Suzanne, and I want to thank you for joining us for the So Suzy podcast, where we help you build a business out of the hobby you love. You also be able to get the show notes and the links we reference by visiting us at sosuzypodcast.com. Welcome to Made It Happen Monday, where we bring you the stories of the people who have built a business and made it happen. Today, we are talking to Sallyann Ralph from Little Sweet Designs. As a solopreneur, one of the areas I struggle most with is design and the programs involved. Let's face it, I can place an image in Photoshop, write some text, and I just learned how to play with overlays. Just don't ask me to make one from scratch because I'll just go buy one. I am seriously lacking in the design software arena. And to make matters worse, when I was working on our Being on a Design Team ebook, I realized that I had no clue what I was doing when it came to formatting and designing. I had InDesign, but that doesn't mean I knew how to use it. So I did what every amazing entrepreneur does. I searched Etsy for templates. Why reinvent the wheel when someone a whole heck of a lot more creative and talented already did? It was during this frantic ebook template search that I found Sallyann and Little Sweet Designs. I loved her ebook templates and properly stocked her online sites and social media. Some would commend me on my epic research skills. Others will realize that this is my way of procrastinating. However, great things can come from wasting time, like the brand bar. Sallyann had this fabulous service called the Brand Bar that has everything you can possibly need when it comes to making your brand and business look badass. Plus, she had classes for InDesign and Photoshop that I could totally use when I became a member. To say that Sallyann has helped to make my design life easier is an understatement. Not only did she help me with my ebook template, but the Brand Bar helped inspire the So Suzy podcast logo, and when we decided to rebrand, it was one of the members from the Brand Bar that helped with our new design site. I know I can't be the only person out there who has troubles in the design department, so I thought Sallyann would be a great guest to have on the show. Sallyann, thank you so much for joining us today for our Made It Happen Monday podcast.
Oh, thank you, Suzy. Thank you so much for having me. That was such a lovely introduction. I'm sitting there smiling and beaming. That's lovely.
Tell us a little bit about Little Sweet Designs and the Brand Bar.
Certainly. So Little Sweet Designs was born back in probably 2012. I was actually a photographer by trade. So back before I had children, I was doing a lot of shooting and out on commercial projects and fashion work and that sort of thing. When I had my daughter, I found that I couldn't get out on site and shoot and be as flexible as what I needed to be. So from that came Little Sweet Designs, which was a template site for photographers initially. And I initially did all these templates for photographers that they could use in their business. And then over the years, I realized that there was this new phenomenon happening with regards to e-courses and online business. And so then I started to branch out from just not only templates for photographers, but also to create and develop templates for online entrepreneurs and other businesses. And hence, that's how you stumbled across my ebook template on Etsy. So that was one of my newer designs that I had recently put up. So yeah, so that's pretty much how Little Sweet Designs sort of came to fruition out of a need to service the marketplace, really.
What about the Brand Bar? How did that get started?
So with the Brand Bar, what I was finding was that my clients, they wanted all these templates. They didn't have the money to invest into a full branding suite, or they didn't have the money to hire out a designer because, you know, we all know designers can cost thousands and thousands of dollars. So I saw this need that, you know, there was a hole in the marketplace for affordable products. The flip side of that too is people also needed to know how to use these products. So the thing with Etsy is you can go on there and you can buy the template and then you're like, okay, so now what? How do I actually use this? Like, I've got this template. And I love Etsy, don't get me wrong. Etsy's a brilliant place. I do a lot of my shopping on Etsy as well. Well, I found there was clients that needed to know how to use the templates because I would have conversations with clients behind the scenes in Etsy and just to teach them how to use my templates. And I ended up just recording all these little quick video lessons to my clients from Etsy to show them how to use my templates. And so that's when the idea sort of sparked in my mind, well, if, there's a certain amount of people out there who buy my templates that actually really need help, then that's how the brand bar sort of evolved, sorry. That's how it came to fruition, because I saw a need that people wanted templates and they also wanted lessons, but they needed an affordable solution. And that's what the brand bar is. The brand bar really is an affordable monthly subscription solution. So you get access to every template that I've ever created, plus all the video lessons in Photoshop and InDesign. And I always add new lessons on a monthly basis as well, and new templates as well.
And that's really what drove me to the brand bar after seeing your templates on Etsy, because I was one of those people too. It's like, okay, what do I do? How do I use this? And I really went back and forth. It was like, yeah, I have InDesign. It doesn't mean that by osmosis I know how to use it.
And absolutely. And that's quite a lot of people actually. Like, everyone has the Adobe suite on their computer, generally for Photoshop or Lightroom or something else. And InDesign is one of those programs that people look at and they think, well, that's, a little bit too advanced for me. Whereas in reality, InDesign is such a user-friendly, simple platform that I'd recommend it over Canva and over some of these other online design programs that you can get now. Like, InDesign is so user-friendly. I love InDesign.
Well, and your templates make it super simple because they're color-coded. Like, it's almost dummified. It's like, yay, this is where you put your stuff. It's pink. Type here.
Totally. Yes.
And that
yes.
really was very, very helpful when I was doing mine. And the other piece of it is, especially in the creative industry, we want pictures, we want color.
Yes.
And being able to lay it out, because you have the layout there. So it kind of helped me, like, okay, this is how much text I need to go. And this is a great place to put a photo. This is a great place to put a quote. It was awesome.
Yes, absolutely. And, that's why I designed them that way, to make them as, user-friendly, as simple as possible. Like, as you've seen in the on the pasteboard of my designs, I actually have little notes to you, the user, that says, put your images here, and with all of my products, there is a little worksheet that does come with it if you ever do get stuck. Like, there's a README or a read instruction file. But I also have videos inside the brand bar. So inside the brand bar, if you get one of my ebook designs, in the brand bar, it walks you through step by step how to modify those particular templates. So I do try and make it as user-friendly as I possibly can.
And we can talk to you in your private Facebook group too, which is another
Absolutely.
benefit of joining the brand bar, is you don't just, okay, here's some videos, here's some instructions, have fun.
Exactly right.
We get to talk with you.
Absolutely. And only this morning too, I had a message from one of you ladies, you lovely ladies, that has sent me through an example of what she needs because for an ebook design, because she doesn't have a lot of time to spend at the computer. So she wants something that's more picture heavy. So she's just given me a few sketches, some hand sketches of stuff that she'd like. And so now I've got more of an idea of what you guys are after. I'll go away and I'll create that and I'll add that to the brand bar. So that's another service that I do offer. If you guys need something specific, let me know and I'll add it into my design schedule and it will come out into the brand bar. Maybe not this month, but it will be the next month thereafter. So I do try and turn things around like that fairly quickly because I know it's important to you guys. And it actually, time's of the essence when you're in business, especially when you've got a promotion running or if you need it for a lead magnet or if you're trying to get a new client, that sort of thing. So I do try and be quite mindful of the fact that, you guys need this stuff that I'm creating for you.
And, that brings up a really good point that I have to actually, brag about you on. I was putting together a wedding card class that is going to be coming out soon. I'm working with Justine Hovey on, but I needed a calculator to calculate paper. If we're doing 50 wedding invitations and how many pieces of paper that they would need to have. And I scribbled it out on a piece of paper. I took a picture. I posted it in the group and you were able to put together, I'm expecting just like a little simple, Excel spreadsheet doohickey. And you put together a front page with instructions on how to use it and then a second page with the calculator itself. And it was just like, wow, that was cool. And then, you had it like all white. And this is how lame I am when it comes to graphic design. I was like, how did she get those lines white Why can't I see the grid lines? But it was so nice because I was able to say, well, this is, what is the best kind of format that my users can access so they don't have, some kind of special software on their computer. So you were able to kind of take my scribbly, scrabbled notes and then turn it into something beautiful and useful that our class members are going to positively love.
I suppose that's another one of my benefits, and something that I have overlooked telling you is that in my spare time, which I have another business, which is actually under my own name, and I help people launch online businesses. I'm a marketing strategist by trade. Well, not by trade, but I'm a marketing strategist. And, I help people launch online products. So I'm always in the back end doing tech things and solving problems and, using code and that sort of thing to make things work. So when any of my members in the brand bar have a question that's not design related, I can generally help them out because, my background isn't only just design related and graphic designs and, Photoshop and InDesign. I also, Squarespace is another thing that we offer in the brand bar, and I build sales pages and websites on Squarespace all the time. So I feel I have quite a versatile range of skills that I can help all of my members with whatever it is that they're working on at that particular point in time. And I love a challenge. When you posted that in the group, I'm like, great, I've got a challenge. What can I do here?
Other than just Brand Bar with the Facebook group and the InDesign with the ebooks, what other services does the Brand Bar offer?
So we do focus in 4 main areas. So it is InDesign, which is my baby, and also Photoshop, that's my baby as well. And when I say my baby, they're the courses that I teach and the programs that I teach in and the templates that I create for the guys in the Brand Bar. And then we also have a Squarespace e-course, which is by a lovely lady by the name of Ashley, and I can never pronounce her surname, and I do apologize to Ashley because she's just amazing. But she has generously put her e-course inside the Brand Bar, and her e-course is called Brand Build Blog. So basically, Ashley's Squarespace course allows you to build your own website using Squarespace. So it's a branding and blogging e-course for creative biz owners who don't quite understand the tech side of things. So pretty much Ashley walks you from the very point A, which is all about your brand, who your audience is, what you're trying to achieve with your website. And then she actually shows you how to build it. And she literally takes you by the hand, helps you decide on your template, and then walks you through building each page out. If you want to do anything fancy, she's got some coding options and some CSS options in there. But if you just want to keep it simple, which I recommend you do to get started, her whole course is several modules long and it takes you through start to finish. You could actually build your website in a weekend if you could dedicate the whole weekend to it. That's how quick you can build a Squarespace website.
Wow, that's incredible.
It is incredible. And the other course we have in there is a Canva course by the beautiful Nicolette Von Rich. She's also known as Nicolette Styles online, and she is the Canva queen. And again, she's done the same. So she has offered her e-course to all the Brand Bar members as well. And Nicolette teaches you how to use Canva. She also has a whole range of templates in Canva that you can plug and play. So same as my InDesign ones, but in Canva. And again, she's also in and out of the private Facebook group too. So if you get stuck in Canva, she can guide you in the right direction. And same with Ashley, she's in the Facebook group as well. So she can also, if you get stuck, she'll pop in and help you out as well. So you've pretty much got 3 experts, at your helm.
Which is very nice because I just did my website. I had to, it was ridiculous, Sallyann. I had to rebrand and get my website all done in like a weekend. And it was crazy and insane. And to have these resources available, it is so nice to have those experts helping and guiding you so you're not pulling your hair out and becoming an alcoholic by Sunday night.
And that's the point, because when you're in the thick of it, building your website, when you get stuck, that's when you just want to sort of like give up and walk away and go, oh, it's too hard. But whereas if you've got someone like myself or Nicolette or Ashley inside the Brand Bar, you can just reach out to us. We're generally online all the time. And because I'm in Australia and they're in the US and one's in Canada, there's always one of us around the place. Like, there's no downtime really. So one of us will always come and help you out. We are there for all the members in the Brand Bar. That's one thing that I pride myself on is, that extra level of customer service that, unfortunately it's just lacking these days. I'm very big on great customer service.
And, it's really nice that you are actually over in Australia, because I know a lot of the work that I get done is late at night. My husband's
Yeah.
either working or the kids are asleep, and it's quiet. And most of the time when we're trying to do something and we get stuck, we have to wait for the next morning. But with you being in Australia, it's like, yay, guess who's up?
Totally. That's right. Totally. That's my morning. Your late night is my morning, and I'm always in the future. So, I can wave my magic wand. But yeah, and that's one of the benefits. That's why I work with a lot of US clients, because of the time zone differences. It's quite phenomenal. 80% of my audience is the US, even though I'm based in Australia. And it's because of the fact that we have a chat and then they go to bed and they get up the next morning and all the work's done. I'm like this little magic fairy that comes in overnight and just waves my magic wand and it's all done.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, one of the benefits. Absolutely.
And not only do you run the brand bar, but you also provide services to work with people and businesses one-on-one. Other than that magic fairy time, what are the benefits in working with you on a one-on-one basis?
Thanks for asking that question, Suzy. That's a great question. There's quite a few benefits. And obviously time is a big factor, because there's so many people in the online world who are time poor. And I do offer a complete done-for-you service in my Sallyann Ralph brand, or with my Sallyann Ralph brand. I offer launching services. So, for example, I help women launch their online services. And I have 3 options available there, where I do a full branding suite for their e-courses or their online services. I also do a launch you service. So I work in the back end with my clients and I help launch their services for them. Or I do a complete done for you service, which therefore means I take over everything. I go into their business and I just make the launch happen. So really it comes down to people that need a helping hand to get their launch done, and people that are time poor. So, and also people that need guidance too, because I find a lot of the time that they've got one idea in their mind, but when you really flesh the strategy out, it's not quite going to work that way. So I jump in there and give them a full marketing strategy, give them guidance, and then help them implement all the ideas that I've had and all the strategies that I'm about to put in place.
And now you talked about it briefly before about branding. Why is branding so important, and how does it benefit everyone from the blogger to the business owner?
Great question. And especially branding, branding is you. So, and I think people get it's misinterpreted branding. They think branding is their logo and, the colors that they choose and, but branding's you. So branding for you, Suzy, branding's your face, branding's your voice, branding's the clothes that you wear every day. So branding is you as a person, and then it then becomes the extension of you. So for example, it then becomes your logo and your visuals and your graphics and your website. So pretty much what branding needs to do is when someone sees you and you hand out your business card and then they go to your website, it all needs to fit together. So for example, when it comes to branding, you don't want to have your website that might be hot pink, but your social media profile is all blues and greens. So what I'm trying to say is you want to have uniformity across the whole range. So if people visit your website, they go, okay, that's Suzy's website, and then they click on your social media profile and they'll instantly know by the colors that it's Suzy's social media profile. So it's not only colors, but it's also the words you use, the images you post. It's pretty much everything that is a visual form, and also words. That is what branding is. And people sort of, they might have their Facebook timeline cover, which might be one thing, and then their social media on Instagram might be something else, and their Twitter feed might be something else. So it's quite important to have them all consistent. So when someone goes from different profiles, they actually know that they're all, it's your profile, and they can easily identify that, oh, okay, I'm still on Suzy's profile. I know this is her profile because it connects to the website that I've just come from, or it connects to the email that I've just come from, or whatever, wherever it is that you've sent them. So consistency is key in branding. So just keep it consistent and make sure you do develop a style and develop a style guide. And if you don't know where to start with branding, what I recommend you do is go to your wardrobe and have a look at the clothes you constantly wear. What color scheme is it? And that's probably a really good starting point to sort of work out what your branding is.
That is brilliant. And I'm going to ask you a question since I have you on the show.
Ask away.
So this is something like when I just redid my stuff in a hurried haste. I used to have my picture in my little interim all about Suzy place that was confusing everyone. I had my photo, so that way it'd be like, oh, okay, there she went. She went from So Suzy Stamps to All About Suzy, and I know she's still doing the podcast. So I put my picture on like my All About Suzy page, and I put my picture on my podcast page. So there was that visual, even though my colors before were very muted. The background I had for my picture was yellow, and my shirt was like a khaki green. And then I just redid it again, and I have this great like magenta, red, violet, fuchsia color. But it's just the name of my company. My face isn't necessarily there anymore. And the colors really don't work on my picture, now that you say that. But if someone is rebranding like myself and it's been confusing over the last 2 months, is it better to then put my photo on my social media and some of my pages so people kind of get used to, oh, okay, there she went again. You know, she's on the move instead of just having the name. Okay.
And that's the thing. Your photo will always be you, if that makes sense. So people want to connect with people. They don't want to connect with a logo or, you know, another visual graphic. People will always connect with people first because that's what they know. So if you can, always put your face in every social media profile. So if you see all my profiles, pretty much everywhere you look, there's my face, and sometimes I'll put my logo behind my face. So it's I'm reinforcing my brand. But even though I have two brands, so I've got Sallyann Ralph and Little Sweet Designs, I use a very similar photo for both. There's only very slight differences, but to you, the person that's coming to get to know me, you wouldn't be able to recognize the differences between the photos because they're both the same, if that makes sense. So the connection flows across all my social media profiles.
So I need to get a great magenta fuchsia color shirt on and get a nice picture.
Yes, and then update everything.
Okay.
If that fuchsia magenta color is going to be your new brand color, absolutely. Update everything with that new brand color and a new headshot if that's what you want to do.
Right.
Yep.
You know, one of those fabulous freebies you do offer is an extremely cool weekly social media planner. And I have to say, when you're talking about, you know, branding is really you, not only is this fabulous, and I'm going to have you tell us about that planner, but one of the little ideas that you have on here, it says for your tips on your social media is be you. Don't try to be someone else. Say it like you're talking to your best friend. Be real.
Totally. And because people want to get to know you, they want to get to the heart of you. They want to get to know your personality. So not everyone in the world's going to like you, and that's okay. And I think that's the biggest thing, because a lot of people want to be liked by everyone. I bet if everyone thought about, you know, some people online now, there would be people that they are drawn to and people that they're not so drawn to. And obviously you are more drawn to one person over another because of their talking style, their teaching style, what they say, how they connect with you, and a whole myriad of other reasons. So just be you, and you will attract the right people to your business. That's number one fundamental. Just be you. If you're trying to be someone else, it's going to be hard to keep up that facade forever. You just can't be that person. You just need to naturally be you. Let you shine through, because that's what will ultimately people will love you for, and they will want more of that because of you.
And that makes so much more sense, because it's so hard. Like you said, you know, if you're putting up, you know, professional posts, or you're trying to sound the next guy over because they have a more business friendly attitude and that's not you, it's going to come across as fake, like it's forced.
Totally. And also too, it's a lot more effort for you to try to be someone else. Like, it's hard to keep that facade up. Just be yourself, and that's what people will love you for. One of my girlfriends at the moment, she is having that issue, and she's a beautiful person and she naturally attracts great people, but she's not quite being herself right now. And it's like, you just need to let that go, and you need to just be you. And she started doing that, and it's amazing the magnification that's happening around her. It's beautiful to watch.
You know, and it was so cool, because when I did the So Suzy stamps, one of our biggest lines and what I was really known for was our snarky stamps. And they were very, you know, tongue-in-cheek. It was, you know, our little tagline was, "We say everything that your mother would ground you for." And that was part of the charm, you know, and that was kind of like, you know, whether it was in my social media, because I was very active in our Facebook groups, definitely active on social media. And one of the fun things I was able to do was just really say it like it was. I never sugarcoated
Totally.
anything. There was no political correctness anywhere in my groups or my life for that matter. And, yeah, there was people who possibly could be offended, but for the most part it was, oh, thank God. We know what we're
Yeah,
going to get from Suzy.
that's right. And they loved you for it. They wanted more of it. You would have been attracting people by the droves.
Yes, and if I had started out with just the, I'm a crafter making a stamp company and really hidden that
That's
snarky
right.
side of myself, it would have came over as
That's
fake,
right.
and that's not the way you want to be, especially on social media.
That's right. Social media is all about social and inject your personality. Like if you do have that type of personality where you can be a bit cheeky, absolutely keep it going because, there's all sorts of people in this world and all sorts of people attracted to all sorts of different things. So just be you. Absolutely.
Oh, I love that. That is like, I love the social media calendar that you have, first of all. But when I saw that, I was just like, it hit me because I knew that, before. And then when I rebranded, or I started my new company, I should say, because I totally did it wrong. I thought I needed to change. I thought, okay, well, Suzy is Suzy. And that was kind of like the So Suzy persona kind of bit with the So Suzy stamps. And now that I'm trying to do it a little bit more, I guess, professional, I kind of need to become, Suzanne. I need to become my more professional side. And then I was like, wow, no, I think I just need to be me.
Absolutely. And what would happen if you did try to be that more professional person is you would eventually over time you'd become stale or bored or you become disconnected from your business and you wouldn't love it as much because it's not all of you in. It's not all of you doing it and you're not, it's just not who you are.
Right, right. It's too much work. It's work. And we're,
Yeah,
we're having fun doing this.
that's right.
Other piece of the social media planner that I really, really liked is you have everything with the boxes and so it's the calendar for
Yes.
the week and you have it segmented for like call to actions, the engagements. These are the types of posts that you're putting on here. And then you just circle it. Everything is circled. You just kind of
Yes.
circle, okay, well, this is going to be a call to action post, and I'm posting this on Instagram. So you just kind of circle it. You have your time of the post, and then like a little area for you to write in like what it's about. And this template, I mean, I've seen lots of social media planners, but I've never seen one with the breaking it down by call to action, engagement, helpful post, and a showcase piece.
Thank you. And I think too, I'm a very visual person and I like to have everything in front of me. Like I'm a paper person too, so I need to print it out and write it down. I mean, I love everything that's online, but sometimes, switching from screen to screen, I need a reference point. So this is why I created this social media planner. One, so that I could print it out, but two, so that I could see everything at a glance because I like to write things down and scribble and scroll, and I wanted to know on what day of the week I was doing what. So this allowed me to batch my work because batching is so important when you are an entrepreneur and when you're an online entrepreneur and you're so time poor like I am. So what I do is I print it out and then I write, for example, on Monday at 8 a.m. in the morning, I'm going to do a call to action post on Instagram. And, I might also highlight Facebook because then I'll share it onto my Facebook page as well. So this has just allowed me to get really organized because you don't want to be doing all call to action posts. You want to also make sure you've got some engagement posts mixed up, in amongst all that. Like, what is the one time and asking question posts like, tell me, have you, et cetera, et cetera. And, like helpful posts like tips and tricks. Have you backed up your images lately for photographers or just sharing some helpful posts that are going to actually help your audience. So it's not all about you. You make it about them and you want to make it about them 80% of the time and you make it about you 20% of the time. It's the old 80-20 rule. And then you want to have some showcase pieces like your latest blog post, any sneak peeks if you're a photographer or even if you're a product creator like a jeweler or, wedding invitation designer, that sort of thing. Featured work, client testimonials, published articles that you've written elsewhere. You want to share all that stuff with your audience. So this social media planner just really allows you to get organized and really think about the week ahead. So, and I created it too because I used to always post on the fly. So I'd get up that morning and go, oh, what am I going to post today? And then I'd be consumed for the first 2 hours of my day trying to figure out what I'm going to post. Whereas this, you organize it on the Sunday night or the Monday morning, and you plan out your whole week, and then it's done. And then you schedule it all into your scheduler if you have one, or you can manually post them at the particular times. It depends on how you work. And it just allows you to be organized and be more present and be more visible on social media.
And it's really nice too, because it's like I'm looking at these and I realized that very rarely do I do a call to action. You know, I never do an engagement post. Sometimes I kind of do a helpful post, but most of it is a showcase piece. I'm like, I'm a narcissist. Thinking, wow, Suzanne. So this is really nice because it kind of really makes you present in, this is what I need to do with social media. I need to throw in a helpful post. I need, to be more engaging in my social media posts. And especially since I'm starting completely over again, with social media. So instead of having thousands of followers, I was so excited I hit 100. I wanted to throw a party. But, the other piece of that is, I probably need to get more, post more engaging posts to get people interacting and involved, and hopefully my post will show up in those little search features within Instagram or on Facebook. And I just forgot. So it's a nice little smack upside the head of, hey, you need to do this. It's not all about you.
Totally. And also too, helpful posts are the best because you're actually helping people to achieve something. And that's where ebooks also come into the mix, because if you've got an ebook, or even if it's just a worksheet or a cheat sheet or whatever it is that you've created, you can pop that up as a lead magnet. So on your Facebook page, you can say, hey guys, I've created this useful guide of how to do X, whatever it is you've created. Click this link to download it, and then it sends them to your website, and then they put in their name and their email address to download the file. And then that way you're getting their email address on your email list, and they're also getting that helpful piece of information from you. And then you've started a relationship with them. So now you can keep talking to them via email once a week or once a month or once a fortnight, whatever your schedule is. And you can keep sharing some more helpful information. And then when it comes to launching your e-course or your online program, you can say to these people, because they're on your email database, hey, I'm about to launch my program. This is what's included in my program. And they'll, as the prospect looking at your stuff, they'll think to themselves, well, she's given me all this handy information. She's given me all these great tips. She's given me all these great resources. Her course is going to be bloody awesome because she's given me all this great stuff for free. So you're going to be more than likely to convert them from just a free subscriber over into a paid customer or a client of yours, because you've built up that trust factor. They've gotten to know, like, and trust you, and they want more information from you. And then that's when the exchange of money takes place. So you're more than likely to, turn a cold person that doesn't know you very well into a warm person who does know you quite well, that then does go on to purchase from you.
Which is wonderful, because you're providing them and showing them that there's value that they get for free, essentially.
Totally.
And then you're able to, whether it's just market them or convert them into something else, but they've already received that nice little piece of tangible goodness. It's just like your social media planner. This is awesome. This is a tool for me to use. And you gave it to me. And it was like, oh, I got a present. And I don't even know her.
Yes. And, this is I have got a few freebies around the internet, and it's a matter of which channel you come in through. But this is just one of my many freebies that you can get. And obviously we'll give this out to your audience as they're listening today as a freebie as well, because it's a great little tool to use. And everyone these days is on social media, and this does save so much time. It will save you so much time, especially if you batch your work. If you do it on a Monday morning or a Sunday night, plan it out, so then batch it, and then it's done for the week. And then you can actually spend time focused on other stuff like your client work, or you're getting all your other projects, into your online program or whatever it is that you might be doing. It just frees up so much time.
And we're in our planner series month right now, and that is perfect. And I'm so glad you said that, because this is something that is great. If you're going to be planning out your week and you're working in your planner, it's time to get that social media planner out as well. And that way you can match it up with your blog post, with your YouTube videos, with anything else that you have going on. And you have a nice, clear, concise place, you have everything together and it kind of meshes well. You're not just, willy-nilly throwing it together. Ooh, I forgot I have to do this on Instagram. The other thing that you mentioned in here is, looking at your stats. When is the best time to post? Learn from that information and you can plan it out for your week. Oh, okay, well, Instagram is really good at 3:00 in the afternoon. I'm going to do my Instagram at 3:00. I'm going to do my Facebook first thing in the morning. And it's all right here in one place as you're planning. So that is
totally
perfect. I love to end the show with our fun facts segment where we get to hear from you and some of what your favorites are. So, Miss Sallyann, what is your favorite done-for-you template that you've designed?
I must admit, my favorite done-for-you templates are actually my ebook templates. I currently have 2. I've got 2 more in the works right now, but I just find that, A, I love designing them. I get so much pleasure designing ebook templates. But B, everyone loves them. These templates actually fly off the shelves as an individual product, and it actually costs more to buy them as an individual product than what it does if you join the brand bar. So joining the brand bar is super affordable. Ebooks, I love ebooks. They're fun to design. A lot of my clients get absolute phenomenal value out of them. They get lots of use out of them. And, it's just one of those things that every business should have is an ebook of some description. The 2 that I have on my shelves at the moment are tips and tricks ebooks. So you're sharing, your top 10 tips with your audience. And the next 2 that I'm designing at the moment are a bit more like a services guide and a memorandum information guide as well. So there's just 2 other ones that I've got coming out.
And then we get access to those in the brand bar, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Everything I design, you guys get. Yep, absolutely.
And what is your favorite e-course?
Now, my favorite e-course, and I'm very biased, but it's InDesign. I love InDesign. I think InDesign doesn't get the full rap that it deserves. InDesign is such a user-friendly program, and you can create such beautiful stuff like this social media planner, all done in InDesign.
Oh, wow.
Yep, it's just so simple to use InDesign, and you can create very sophisticated things in InDesign and very simple things in InDesign. So my favorite e-course is the InDesign course that's inside of the brand bar, and I am always adding lessons to the InDesign course because when people are in the Facebook group, they might get stuck with a certain area, or they might decide they want to know something like how to hyperlink from an InDesign file, so that when it's a PDF, when people are scrolling through the PDF file, they can click on the page or the link in the InDesign file and it actually takes them off to a website. So it's very versatile InDesign, and there's so much you can do with an InDesign. You can create ebooks, you can create printed books, you can create flyers, website banners, you name it. You can create anything in InDesign.
And your worksheets too, because that was the other thing you had on there was your worksheets.
Yes, totally. And, worksheets for e-courses and online programs, everyone needs worksheets, and it just depends on how sophisticated you want the worksheets to be. If you want to print the worksheets out, then keep them very simple and keep in mind the ink fill, i.e. how much ink's going to be needed to print it out. So always keep it on the lighter side. But if they don't need to be printed out on the home printer and, they just need to be viewed online, then you can actually go a bit more design crazy and make them more prettier and add lots of color.
What is your favorite new e-course or template that you have coming out in the near future? Because you always have stuff coming out. Can you tell us that?
I can. And I've got some exciting news, and I haven't told anyone this yet, but I'm actually speaking with 2 designers to bring into the brand bar so I can create lots more templates and a lots more variety of templates for you guys, because obviously I've got a very certain design style. So I'm speaking with a designer from the US, and I'm hoping that she will be coming on board shortly. So we'll be bringing in her design style. And then I'm speaking with another Australian designer again, and she's got a very corporate background. So she'll be able to bring in more of a corporate feel to some of the templates that we'll be creating. So that's my scoop. We've got, new designers coming on board. So there's going to be 3 designers that will be able to put out new designs every month. So, and really, I'm guided by the guys in the brand bar. So whatever it is that you guys want and need is what goes on my priority list of what designs to bring out. So that's another benefit of being inside the brand bar. You get to say, you get a say in what templates are developed and designed, and even to style-wise, if you need something that's quite dark or got lots of black in it, or, if you want something that's white, got lots of space, because that's my style, designing with lots of space and white space. that's my style, but other people, they might need different styles. So that's why I'm bringing on other designers for.
And where can people go to find out more about Little Sweet Designs and the brand bar?
So I've made it very straightforward, and it's just littlesweetdesigns.com, and all the brand bar information is on that littlesweetdesigns.com address. So there really is only the one page, and all the information is there.
Wonderful. Sallyann, thank you so much for being on the show today and talking about the brand bar, Little Sweet Design. We will have Sallyann back on the show in August to talk more about creating ebooks during our Expanding Your Business series. However, if you would like to get started now, be sure and head over to Little Sweet Designs and join the brand bar. I know I'm going to be taking advantage of the Canva classes next because I need some serious help. Until next time, this is Suzanne, and you have been listening to the So Suzy podcast. Happy planning!